Okay, so guys, we had a little problem yesterday trying to get this ready because Gala doesn't understand when we say tomorrow, we mean tomorrow. But
What?
no, because
What the hell are you talking
we were
about?
we were supposed to podcast today, and then we ended up holding it off for tomorrow, as in tomorrow, as in today.
Yeah, because my voice wouldn't have been able to do it all.
Exactly. So
Not my fault.
that is that. How is that not your fault? That's your
It's not my
it's
fault I got sick.
it's your throat.
And I don't have control over that.
Okay. Anyways, today's episode is sponsored by Goku Eggman, who
Oh, you put that in there, didn't you?
we have just straight over here in the zoo.
Oh, I have to see it.
Yeah, you do.
Oh my god.
Yeah. The perks of Google Images, am I right?
Okay.
Anyways, guys, what's going on? My name is BK my name is Brendan, aka BK Rules 9, giving you another IPDL um
Season 6.
season 6 version of the Flaming Snake podcast. Season 2. It is still season 2, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, right? Right? Yeah, it's season 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And for those people who are curious, we just didn't have a podcast for like the first 4 seasons. I wasn't even in the first season, so
Nope.
anyways, so we're here to give you guys the week 7 review and the week 8 preview, because I know I messed up on the what you call it, on the thumbnail. I put preview instead of review. So, my apologies, guys. Do not scream at me in the comments. Oh, speaking of which, there's something I gotta tell you. Like off camera. So, anyways,
Okay.
so yes, guys, Gala's in trouble. Anyways, guys, so let's get on with the week 7
Okay.
review, because honestly, I don't know if Gala's voice is just gonna die out again.
What?
Nothing. Anyways, guys, so first off, we have Leafy versus Asha. Asha gets a 3-0 win because,
Still looking for somebody.
also known as Leafy's delusional mind being like, I don't care about Gen 8 or know anything about it. I don't know why, I just love taking shots at people. Speaking of taking shots at people, Red King, I know you watch these. Actually, let's go and let's battle.
Let's do a battle during the podcast.
Oh yeah, you tell him that. Go ahead.
So.
Go ahead, I dare you. Anyways, so because of that, we really
It's the same thing with my battle versus Tepig and everything. Tepig needs one time it was me, 2 times it was Tepig, and 1 time it was both of us. We've been trying to reschedule forever. So we're supposed to go tomorrow.
yeah,
me
and Red King were supposed to go today and nothing. Cause
yeah, that's because did you text each other?
I'm sorry, is that my problem that we scheduled for tomorrow?
You just said you scheduled for today.
Tomorrow as in today.
What?
Yes, okay. Yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
Red King said tomorrow. I said
Which is
10,
today.
I said no, 10 minutes. Let's go. Because we both haven't prepped, and I prepped 10 minutes, and then Red King went silent, like he always does. So,
Okay, and did you not even message him today?
no, I was way too busy to do anything like that. I had homework.
Cool.
I had to do a couple other things I don't remember for some reason.
Either way, one of you needs to message each other.
Nah, this is dude, he's offline half the time, and he's something else that I can't say because I don't want to be monetized. That ends up being demonetized. You know. I don't want to demonetize my fake monetization, so I can't say that
At least
thing.
you're saying it's fake now.
No, on to the
You
next
heard it here
battle.
first.
On
It's
to the
a
next.
fake monetization. All he cares about is, you know.
It's what? Is money? Are you sure about that?
No, but
How much
I mean,
money?
it's
How
not
much
the
money
only
do
thing
you
you
think?
think
No,
about.
no, 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 no. You
I
dug
said
yourself a grave here. No,
no.
no. How much money do you think I make off of YouTube? Come on, let's go.
I was going to say all he cares about is his look.
Is my look?
Yeah, how others perceive you.
No. Wait a minute. How does that go off of monetization? Hold on. You want
Because
to?
if it's a fake monetization and everything, people are going. You're wanting people to think that you're being all this nice and everything, so
Did you
that
not hear me
you can make
last?
money.
Did you not see the last podcast? Which, by the way, if you haven't, please go down and do that before returning to this. But did you not see me throwing shots at people?
Yeah, but I didn't hear any curse words.
I don't curse that much.
Okay.
I said that much.
Okay.
Anyways, point is that there's a difference. There's a difference between looking professional and not trying to be that to people.
Okay.
Also, how much money do you think I make off YouTube if we're really gonna go off of this monetization thing? How much?
That wasn't something I was trying to say anyways, and I don't do
Guess
anything really on YouTube anyway, so I have no idea.
guess what? $0. $0,
Kind of
0
figured though.
cents, no pennies, no quills, no
Fake
nothing.
monetization. Anyways,
Bryn versus Nick before I go off on someone.
well, it's okay because you're gonna be very, very happy, and everybody at home is gonna be very, very happy.
Oh my,
And you want to know why everybody's gonna be very, very happy?
because Bryn lost?
No, because for the first time this season, I have notes.
Oh yeah, there's that too.
I have notes.
See?
And I'm still sick.
See? Exactly. He's gonna end up choking himself by the time this is over. Buddy,
I have notes though, so let me say my damn notes.
no. But I guess we can also be happy because Hippopotas actually got a kill this season. Just gonna put that out there. Anyways, go on ahead. Go with your notes.
Alrighty.
Crazy.
So, Nick versus Barin. The first thing I have is the T Spikes was a pretty good tech from the Nido King. I thought it was really smart. However, later in the match, letting the Nido King go down when you did not so smart. I think getting Toxic Spikes up maybe one more time maybe would have been beneficial. However, in the end, you really didn't need it. In the end, that didn't really matter. So later on, my next thing here was a question actually. Why does Bryn lose to Baby Hippo?
Yeah.
Why does he lose to the Baby Hippo?
Probably because he's like. I mean, his team is basically mono electric or just mono weak to ground.
So,
I mean,
the next thing I wanted
besides
to
the
say
Dragonite.
though was is that obviously it was a 50-50 for the Clefable and everything, but the poison on the Clefable really did hurt that Clefable's opportunity to do really anything at all in this matchup here and everything. He paralyzed the one Pokemon I remember, but I don't remember what it was.
Yeah,
But
because of the because he was unaware instead of Magikarp.
yeah, so the poison really destroyed the Clefable there. So, and then like I said, the Grimmsnarl put in some decent work in this matchup. I liked the Grass Knot to kill the Sandaconda. So that was pretty good.
Just want to mention that the Dragapult with the Castleberry Decidueye was really nice for the Dragapult.
Yeah. So So yeah, and then that was actually a note that I had. You kind of startled me there.
Good.
I was on that note myself. So that plus the Shadow Sneak was really smart, being able to take out the Dragapult like that. Um, so overall, though, and everything, it was well prepped and well played by Nick and everything. And it's been a while since I've seen a game this good from him. He's been, I don't want to say slacking a little bit, but he's been slacking a little bit. Um,
Wait,
so
well, hold on. You said you didn't want to say that he was slacking, and then proceeded to say that he was slacking.
yes, I've said that millions of times before, or to that something to that effect of.
I think this is why we're looking for a new host. um,
But anyways, like I said, I really don't want to say that he was slacking in recent games, but he has
he was
been.
no, he. It wasn't that he was slacking. It was just he just didn't play well. He sucked at playing. It wasn't that he was slacking like how he could be good and just didn't want to. He just flat out choked half of the time. He was pulling an Alfonso
Sometimes
most of the time.
I think his prep could have been better, and I know Nick's prep well,
And,
and
if Nick could have prepped better for this match, interesting.
and he prepped really well for this matchup. That's what I meant by that. Is he played well, but really he prepped really, really well for this matchup.
He brought 2 ground types for a team that has 4 electric types. Perfect prep, guys. I don't know. I like throwing shots at people. So this is how things are gonna go. But anyways, good job to Nick. I could it just I don't know. Something about Nick. It just seemed off this match. It seemed a lot better, but it seemed off. Next up we have Afonso versus Gil. This was something. Like Afonso shouldn't have lost this match.
I agree 100%.
But then again, he is a choke artist. And this basically proves my point. Anyways, go ahead, Gala.
My first thing I'll note was Afonso should not have lost this battle. Losing Cobalion and a tank in Mandibuzz to the Latios was extremely good to Afonso and helped Afonso out. Because now you have question mark on whatever the Rotom Heat's going to be. Is it going to be offensive or defensive? And Doug Trio left as your only potential attackers. As long as you can play around those, you should be good to sweep later on with Mega Gyarados. And then you sack your Ferrothorn.
Yeah, exactly.
And my exact thing was Ferrothorn sack, question mark, WTF.
I mean, yeah, sums it up right there.
My next note was I get why you want the Aurora Veil up, but at this point here in the game and everything, why did you put it up when you did and then let Vanillix go down again? Because at this point in everything, you had Vanillix take unnecessary damage and then sacked it to only get it up one time.
Yeah.
I didn't particularly like that. My next note was you gotta stop running the agility orbital.
I'm pausing my video here.
It's just gotta stop and everything. There are a lot of other sets out there and everything, and I don't understand. I don't understand what's good with specifically running that specific set every single time.
Look, he learned his stuff from Tez, okay? He's gotta get the speed up, and then he's got a baton pass into the hardest thing he's got. For Tez, it's Mega Gallade. For him, it's Gyarados, and he's got to let Gyarados sweep. That's all Afonso cares about is sweeping with Gyarados.
Or the Mega Metacham.
Yeah, but Mega Medicham is eh. Oh, also,
Almost turned it around for him.
wait. Can we just mention real quick? Gil.
Thunderbolt Licky Licky.
No. I haven't even gotten to that part. Gil's name for his Tapu Fini, amazing. Gil, I'm giving you a shout out here, even though, yeet. Anyways.
But no, the Thunderbolt on the Lickitung was great. I mean, it just stopped Mega Gyarados. It was
Yeah.
great. Rotom Heat going down was a little bit unfortunate and everything. Gil was able to win in the end with the Doug Trio, but Mega Medi definitely came in handy and to lower the differential after.
Only
It shouldn't have been that bad in general because why the fuck did you sack the Ferrothorn?
Yeah.
I honestly think that you would have had a whole much easier time if you knew he was going to click that. Sack your orbital. I don't know what the rest of your orbital set was, but from what we saw from the orbital, I didn't see anything that you needed it for. I would have kept the Ferrothorn alive. I would have sacked the orbital and brought something else in. Get some damage off more on the Feeny. Maybe he's going to be forced to bring that Rotom Heat back, keep that Rotom Heat in, maybe be able to kill it and everything, which keeps your Ferrothorn available to counter potentially the Doug Trio and live a hit and break a sat or do whatever you need to do. Maybe get that Mega Medicham or Gyarados in so you can sweep in the end.
And
Sacking your Ferrothorn was bad.
Can I also?
I don't know if I'm hoping it was just a prediction that he was just going to go for like a Volt Switch or something like that. But at that point in the match, sacking your Ferrothorn and everything to something like that is something I don't think a lot of people would have done.
You good?
Yep.
Okay. Now for my one thing, Gil. Scarf Rotom Heat. Good job, my boy. Good job.
He's been running a lot of Scarf Rotom Heat or Specs Rotom Heat recently. I actually don't think I've seen him run a defensive Rotom Heat once yet this season.
I mean, he probably did versus you, and then you hacked him to death. Just saying.
No, it was an offensive Rotom Heat.
Who knows? Anyways, next up is Avon versus Tash, and what?
So, my first thing was, this is even before I started the match. This was just my pre-match note.
Oh, God.
Knowing Avon and Tash, it was, I swear this game better not take 60 plus turns. Squinty face.
Yeah.
And it didn't. It looked originally like it was going to, and I was about to piss myself because I was just like, you're. So the burn on the Hippowdon was nice. I don't have a whole lot of notes for this one here because a lot of it was just back and forth play.
Yeah.
For really the first 30, almost 30 turns. But like I said, the burn on the Hippowdon was nice. Was nice there. Kept Hippowdon from doing a lot of damage with the Earthquake to your other Pokemon. Seismitoad would take less damage. Obviously, Heatran and Toxtricity. I still don't think you want to take an Earthquake from, obviously. But overall, that was that. And then I put turn 31, finally a kill.
Really?
Finally.
It took 31 turns to get a kill?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Fast forward. And then I also put down here, because this was the next turn or 2 turns away. I wasn't sure how I felt about the Seismitoad sack. I didn't feel comfortable with you sacking your Seismitoad when you did. Because it now leaves a few things open to do some damage. Specifically the Azumarill.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Azu.
And if I'm correct, the next turn or 2 turns later, Azumarill comes in, clicks Belly Drum, and finishes it off.
Yeah, pretty much. Turn 35. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much just finishes it up.
I feel.
Why I was I'm not sure how I feel about the size sack. Azu looks scary, is what I put.
I
And
feel
then on the next line I put and belly drum happens. So
just gonna say here, it really depends on the seismitoad, cause I think belly drum Azu with play rough just kind of it just kind of tortured his team as long as Corviknight was low.
yeah,
But at the same time, I don't know if
Heatran
Heatran doesn't.
too.
What about the Heatran? This thing gets waterfall.
I'm aware of that, but Waterfall will also do more to the core of a night anyways. That belly drum
Most
damage
likely,
is
yeah.
just bad.
Most likely, Corviknight just dies one shot to it, unless it's like Sash or something.
So, but yeah, like I said, that was like I said, I didn't really have a whole lot of more notes because, like I said, a lot of the first few turns were just switching out, kind of gauging how things were gonna go, wait for
Yeah.
somebody to make a mistake, which honestly plays to Tash's style. That's how he likes to play his games. Watch the opponent make a mistake, take advantage, use that to set up or do something in his favor, and it'll turn the tides pretty fast. Um, but also vice versa. I have noticed if he's the first one to make a mistake, he usually goes down pretty fast afterwards. And like I said, I think that seismitoad sack was the turning point, obviously.
Okay, so with that being said, next up is Trainer versus Kip, and I don't know if you've got notes, but I've already looked at the team matchup,
do.
and Jesus Christ, why you gotta do that to him?
Yes, I have notes.
You actually have notes. God dang it. Okay.
Yeah, I actually have a decent amount of notes.
I'm sorry, but
Because it was the first battle that I did, so there's probably there's decent amount of notes. Not really a whole lot of notes about the battle. A lot of the notes are about certain things with prep from both him and Kip, whether they be good or bad. I really only have one or two notes about the actual battle, like itself.
just saying this right.
Go ahead.
Okay. Just saying this right now. I'm sorry, but I just can't with Kip. I really can't. Like
Anyways,
it's just things with Kip that I just can't even. Anyways, go ahead.
so the first thing I noticed was this could potentially be a weather war between the Gigalith and the Alolan Ninetales. And with that being said, the Gigalith and everything could do that with the Landorus Therian, and it could also do it with the Garchomp. However, the Alolan Ninetales can work well with the Kyurem in the Hail. So both teams have something that they can play with that as well for their advantage. Trainer needs defog besides Staraptor was my thing, or some kind of hazard removal.
Don't half of the teams
Because
though.
on this specific team, yes, he did for what Kip brought. Because once
No,
the
I'm
Staraptor went down, which was another question, I said Staraptor going down early question mark.
no
Everything it hurts him because he's not going to have a way to get rid of these rocks, and he has multiple things that are weak to rocks,
I just
including the Infernape, Kyurem, and the Alolan Ninetales.
Oh Jesus! Just because you get louder doesn't doesn't mean I can't overpower you.
I'm aware of that, but you're
What?
going, and I know that he's your friend and everything, but
That's not the point I'm trying to make. I'm trying to say that don't half of the teams need hazard removal. That's what I'm
okay.
trying to point out. Half the teams need hazard removal and don't have it, including me, for example. It's
Okay,
not
I
just
was
because he's my friend. I'm just making a point.
okay.
Jesus. Like, not everyone brings rapid spin every single week. Or some dumb stuff like that. Like, you need at least one or two hazard removals. and no one does that. Oy vey.
Thunder Punch was nice, but needed a bit more chip on the Blastoise, so the Thunder Punch on the Infernape was good and smart tech. But in order to kill and everything, needed the chip on the Blastoise and everything. So, and letting that go down was a little bit unfortunate because minus that, if he were to have been able to get the Blastoise set up and everything, I don't know exactly what you would have been able to do if that were to have happened. And then I put minus freeze dry, which was nice when I saw that with the Alolan Ninetales and everything. But had the Mega Blastoise got set up and everything, I think you would have had a hard time dealing with that without a specific counter to deal with it. My next note was the Alolan Ninetales took way too much damage early and everything, and from that it wasn't unable to put in more work with the ice type moves, which trainer really needed to use with the Gigalith, the Landorus, and the Garchomp. Both of those last two being 4 times weak to ice. So had Alolan Ninetales had kept more health from earlier on, would have been able to grab a few kills before going down. And the another thing I put was I'd recommend a scarf set from the Ninetales because of the multiple weaknesses from Kip's team. Which was just something I had put there, and then I put the Dragon Dance was really smart from the Kyurem and everything. Unfortunately for you, the Landorus Incarnate, Landorus Incarnate was scarfed, so you did go down. But I also liked how the fact that you realized what position you were in, and you realized you had to set up again with the Dragon Dance. So I think that was really smart at that point there, and he played that part well. And that's the end of my notes.
I feel like half your notes just attack trainer for prep. I didn't hear one thing about Kip's team prep wise. Just saying. Like, and I really don't understand your Scarf Ninetales thing. I really don't. Like, he didn't have to do Scarf Ninetales. It was an option, and it would have been nice, but it wasn't necessary. That's like saying, oh hey, you have to be let's see, what's his team? You have to be Scarf Garchomp because of all the like things that are much faster than him, or something like that. Like,
I didn't say he had to be. I said I'd recommend a scarf user like the Ninetales so that he would be able to deal with threats like this. I didn't say he had to. I just said that it's a good it's something that he could run in the future. I'd recommend it.
but here's my problem with that. Okay. I feel like this is like where the metagame is. Like, we are recommended to doing things how people like it. Okay? Like, we must run Aurora Veil Ninetales. We must run what's a thing on Kip's team? We must run this this weird Blastoise set that makes sure that that makes all powerful moves that are boosted by Mega Launcher. We must use moves like that. So like Ice Beam, Dark Pulse, Aura Sphere, things like that. We must use those. And it's so custom now to do that instead of doing things like I'm doing. Like, for example, I'm running double metronome. And it's worked out. I've been running different cool sets that have ended up either biting me or ended up like giving me really huge wins. And I feel like that's what we need more of. And to be like we're just gonna we're gonna recommend you to do something that has been done multiple times and is basically accustomed to now. Just to do that. And I feel like we're not spreading the creativity, you know? And it's not just IPDL. It's not just against Trainer, against Kip, against Psy Guy. I mean, then again, Psy Guy's hacking half of the time. But we need to inspire creativity more, I feel. Like, this is also in, like, other leagues I'm in, like NNDL. I had a match where I was running red card Halucha. Yes, that ended up costing me the game, but I mean that and having acrobatics, but not my point. Anyways, I'm just saying that if people just keep running the same old like stuff, the meta is gonna get boring and people are just gonna leave. I don't know. I just felt like that needed to be necessary.
No comment.
Yeah, of course you have no comment. Anyways, so we already talked about Tepig versus Gala. Tepig seriously needs to get into his battles. So I think this is like the second time that like something's been amiss. Like week 5, he was overdue. He did his week 6 before his week 5. But anyways, okay, next up is Tade versus Psy Guy, and this is my match of the week right here.
This is a good match. Oh,
this was a really good match.
Oh!
And hey, look at that, Talonflame. I haven't seen that mon in like 10 years.
What Pokemon?
Talonflame.
Oh yeah, they brought it a lot actually.
Yeah, I know, but God,
you should have seen it yesterday.
No, I didn't. No, that's not my. I was trying to make up. First things first. Speaking of creativity, Rindoberry Rhyperior. It's not that common, and neither is Ghost Silvally. So.
Yeah, we'll give him props on the Ghost Silvally. That was used for the Jirachi, I'm assuming, and so the Gengar later on. Really, the first two things that I have here was Celesteela, big damage from the Rhyperior early on. But then the other thing I have here was Toxic on Mega Gyarados was well played, because Mega Gyarados did a lot to your team, and having that thing toxic to where it won't be able to set up and sweep will did a decent amount in keeping that thing under control. You did lose your Cloyster in the process, but I think it was a definitely a well-deserved deserved trade.
Can I also just mention real quick? Special Talonflame. Good job.
Mixed Talonflame.
Was it actually mixed?
Brave Bird Overheat.
Whatever. Close enough. Oh yeah, I see the Brave Bird now. You know what? Close enough. Good job, Tade. You're a good person.
My next note is Jesus fuck, Celesteela didn't want to die. Overheat, 3 Brave Birds, dead Talonflame, Gengar couldn't kill it either.
I have no comment towards this.
So my comment on that is Jesus fuck, Celesteela didn't want to die.
I mean, let's be honest here. That thing was like +2 special defense.
Still no.
I mean, it died to a Thunderbolt, but not
14% from a Shadow Ball Gengar?
Yeah. Also, Water Pulse, dude, okay. Tide, because I know I'm saying it nice right now. I'm saying it good now. Tide, you are one of the best people I've ever met. I'm sorry. Water Pulse Jirachi was such a good bring. Such a good bring.
Well, my next note is Water Pulse Jirachi was hot.
Exactly. Inspire that creativity.
And then I put Down to the Wire battle. felt like a playoff matchup. Was thrilling and exhilarating.
Yeah.
At the end there, like I said, Tade really being able to come back, Tide, sorry, being able to come back and do decent amount, taking down the Rabombi, and then like I said, at the very end and everything with the Zoroark almost killing the Whimsicott and everything. Like I said, it really felt like a really great matchup and everything, playoff style of a battle and
Yeah,
everything. So
we're gonna need a counter for every time we say Tade.
yeah, we are.
I swear.
We're gonna have to make the counter.
We're gonna have to make the counter. I don't even know what the counter is, so even if I edited it in, I wouldn't even know where the counter would start.
Probably like just put it at like 20.
You should put it about 20. About okay.
But yeah, like I said, that was my notes there.
Yeah.
The main one was Celesteela not being able to go down helped Tide bring the differential down, so Saiga got a closer differential with that. The Water Pulse Jirachi taking down that Mega Camerupt, which destroyed the rest of his team, which I'm sure Saigai thought pretty much had him won the game.
Yeah.
So that was the major play there.
And personally, we may have to wait until Saigai posts his video to see what the set was, but it was a nice Celestial set.
I also want to hear his reaction to it.
When do I face Saigai? Kind of curious now.
Anytime between week 10 and 15, because that's
week
when
12.
You face my division.
I face week 12.
You face me week 15.
Yeah,
so.
And that's gonna be a great battle. Okay, so
yeah, and also at the end there, Tide said that Celesteela had him sweating and everything, and for a good reason. But yeah, like I said, great battle, great atmosphere to it.
Wait, did he actually say him
match.
or
what?
I'm pretty sure Tide yeah, Tide. Ha! I'm getting used to it. I'm pretty sure Tide's a female. Unless I'm getting that completely wrong. I still don't read the general chat. We're gonna need him to clarify it. We're gonna need them to clarify it. And I'm saying them because I am not what you call it. Anyways, so who's Big Chub? Is that Melodic?
Yes.
Yeah, of course it is. All right, next up we have Melodic.
Who else would name themselves Big Chub 69? Even
Dante
wouldn't do that.
Dante would.
No.
Dante would.
No.
Yeah.
No. He's a lot more creative. Okay.
Who? Dante?
That man. Give Dante some credit where he does.
Melodic is clever too, except he runs gravity too much. But anyways, that's not the point.
I also love the fact that Tez changed his nickname.
Yeah.
To matches because he knows. Those two know each other very well.
Somewhat match, but yeah. Haven't seen Leah Vanny in like too long either. Actually, love Leah.
Yeah, it's the first time Tez is running Leah Vanny.
Yeah.
And Umbreon.
Yeah.
And also the first time Scolopede's not here.
I know, thank God.
Which is my first note. No Scolipede, question mark.
Probably because we're getting on too much about speed passing into Mega Gallade. Because that thing just gets way too tiring. I'm saying this right now. Kind of wish he had Ice Punch on his Mega Gallade.
So I'm trying to figure out what the hell I wrote. Usually I'm pretty good at reading my chicken scratch, but
not
I need
today.
to figure out what that says.
Heal Bell on Umbreon was pretty nice.
Yes. My first thing was the Battle of the Webs early, Leavanny versus Araquanid.
It was odd.
Leavanny went down. What is it? SYN.
As my Oh no. No. I think that due to Leavanny
Oh, that's what it is.
synchronize.
Synchro for synchronization play on the Urquinaid was really cool. There we go.
This is why we can't have nice things.
And then I also put later in game for what is cryo later in game.
Yeah.
I'm reading it right now. Yeah, the Umbreon was really good in the synchronization. Where it was able to get the Araquanid and the Cryogonal poisoned, and the Heal Bell to undo that. My next note here was Trick Blacephalon getting onto the Snorlax, which was amazing tech and predictions.
Yeah.
Basically cripples the Snorlax.
I want to say that unless I was seeing this wrong. Oh, okay, yeah, Gliscor's got T-Fog. Okay, so I was going to say that it was very cool for Leavanny to go down because now Melodic has this huge advantage in the Hazards War, but then Gliscor showed up with Defog, so clever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was also good. Yeah, and then Araquanid going down too keeps the Web War from even happening in the first place.
Yeah, but not the Rock War.
Yeah. My next thing though is that it was really pretty much well played. However, I did feel that every time Tez had more of an advantage. He had momentum going into everything, especially after the trick onto the Snorlax.
Yeah.
Snorlax is no longer going to be able to once and set up.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think Crunch Snorlax was pretty nice.
Yes, yeah, the Crunch Snorlax was pretty good, and I think that's to be expected considering the fact that he has the Jellicent with Cephalon.
Okay.
The Mega Gallade.
Go ahead. We finally see that Inner Focus is good now on Mega Gallade.
Yes, yeah, inner focus is pretty good.
Yeah. Good.
But like I said, overall and everything, this battle felt really kind of back and forth a little bit, but always with Tez having a little bit more of an advantage. I think always having a little bit of an edge.
Yes, and Tez didn't.
Especially with the Coco not being able to come in and
just immediately do what he wants
for punishable damage.
Yeah.
He'd be able to come in and do some damage, but it's not something that Tez can just get right back. So the damage that Coco was doing wasn't punishable. And that was where Tez, I think, had the advantage.
Yeah.
And then my next note here was Coco going down was that final turning point. Not only was Tez, I think, having that advantage, but once the Tapu Koko actually finally went down, I think battle was going to start to wrap up. Tez was going to start to clean up the pieces that was left and finish from there.
Yeah.
I also wanted to put, because he didn't get to use it, but he did show it, and the Mega Aggron set was pretty nice as well.
I mean, he got to get a power up punch off, so
that's what I'm saying. He was able to show it, but it wasn't really able to do anything with that. So like that's what I meant by that. So it was a really I liked the set and everything, and it was smart and everything. It's a shame it didn't really get to do what it came to do, but he got to show it, and it was a nice set. So.
Oh yeah, I agree. I want to say that the one thing I'm kind of proud of is that Tez actually didn't have to rely on Speed Pass.
No, he played that one very well. The Umbreon came. I think the Umbreon was a really Umbreon and the Gliscor, I think, were the main two Pokemon from Tez's team that put in work this week.
Yep. And I'm hoping that we see this a lot more, because I'm tired of Tez trying to get Mega Gallade at number 1. Anyways.
It is still number 1.
It should not be. Anyways. So, final matchup is...
I was very happy with this matchup.
Is Flygon versus Dante. I didn't even watch this matchup, so
I was very happy with this matchup, with the end result and everything because
I wonder why.
you know, not only did I get the winner rate, but I got the differential rate as well, and it was my lock. So that's 4 valuable points.
And yet I don't think it would matter.
No, probably not at this point, but I really don't care. But it gives me something to say at least. So trading kills early, breaking down some teams, kind of dissecting what everybody's going to bring. The sandstorm, the sand rush gone early was good news for Flygon, because later in the game, if he didn't have some options left, the sand rush could do some decent damage to him.
Yeah.
And then next up, I put that Kramer putting in a little bit of work here, grabbing a few kills.
Kramer got like one kill.
I put, holy shit, Frostmoth packs a punch.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I did, but holy crap! At +1, it basically almost O-code the Weezing.
Whoa! Wait a minute! I wonder what. My boy, Dante, you did not just hit the man with the mystic water. Wait a minute. Okay, see, this is why I love Dante. Dante's such a good man.
So, also another thing was I put down was getting Scizor to low health and forcing to switch out was good because it keeps Scizor at low health and he's not going to be able to bring it in and do what he wants with it anymore.
Yeah.
At that point and everything, I put Tailwind might save this game for Flygon.
And it did.
And it ended up, that's exactly what it did. It ended up saving the game for him because then I also put Sash was smart. Sash Raichu was nice prep. Toxic Spikes gets rid of that plus the Tailwind and everything. With that being said and everything, had there been no Toxic Spikes, I'm pretty sure Dante would have won the battle.
Most likely.
Depending on what moves he had on the Lucario and what his item was, there was a possibility that Dante could have won that 1-0 because now the Garchomp has to use that last turn of Tailwind to take down the Alolan Raichu, who would not have been poisoned. And if Lucario would have been able to kill the Mega Garchomp from half health, then with the Scizor not being able to come in and send HP, I think Dante would have been able to win this battle potentially.
Yeah, that is true. I think.
So, like I said, I put down here, Tailwind saves the game plus Toxic Spikes.
Yeah.
So.
Just gonna say that this is why we do not doubt our boy Kermit. With the because Kramer did a number on Scizor, and if Tailwind wasn't up, I think Lucario actually won that game. So that's pretty much it. So next up we have our MVP race, and
and I also wanted to point out though, now that kick on Mega Garchomp was a crit.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Lucario would have been able to do damage. And obviously may have been able to do damage with that crit, but without that crit though, I'm still not sure depending if Lucario had Ice Punch or not.
He showed Ice Punch.
Oh, he did?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
What? Oh my god. Oh, I can't. You.
Oh yeah, he did, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Next up, we have MVPs, and MVPs are really just going to be for week 6 because someone doesn't.
I didn't want to update them because
some people don't want to text
battle.
people about battling. Yeah. Not taking a shot at myself. Don't even test me. Anyways, so with that being said, At the top, we have Mega Gallade, followed by Gengar, followed by Mega Garchomp, thanks to those 2 kills, thanks to Tailwind. Next, we have Mega Blastoise, followed up by Rabombi, Garchomp, Hawlucha, and lastly but not leastly, Clefable, Gyarados, and Azumarill. And
No, I put that one in right.
yeah, you did. I'm pretty sure that MVPs are pretty much getting closer finally.
Yeah, we're starting to see. I think some Pokemon who will end up being on. I think there are still a few outliers in there that will shuffle their way down or up the rankings.
Like Alchemy, yeah.
I'm thinking more or less Rabombi may find itself
Oh,
falling a
you
little
mean that?
bit.
You mean that's actually like in the top 10? Okay.
Yeah. Then there are a few that are out and everything that can work their way in.
I already said my piece on
Because
that.
even at 8, after this 8 and everything, there's like 5 or 6 Pokemon that have 7 kills or 6 kills with like 1 or 2 deaths.
Yeah.
So, the next few weeks here will be crucial. I think we'll also start to see some separation.
Oh yeah.
Real contenders will start to separate themselves from the rest of the pack. I know also just from what we've seen for week 7 here, Mega Gallade grabbed some kills.
Please tell me he didn't use Speed Pass. Oh wait, you said okay.
Week 7. We just went over these.
I was like, wait a minute. You meant like okay. I thought you were talking about week 8, which I haven't watched a single battle for.
So like I said, Mega Gallade grabbed
2 kills.
still, and yeah, and I already looked at it. So Mega Gallade will still be on top for week 7 with 16 kills, 3 deaths. Gengar did drop, got a death. Mega Garchomp will go up because it got a few kills there.
Yeah.
At the end as well. Regular Garchomp is moving up a little bit as well. Got a few kills at the end of their battle there, if I remember correctly. So there are those ones there that are starting to separate themselves from the rest of the pack as well.
Yeah. So with that being said, I know that as long as Tez stops bringing Speed Pass, then this should be a lot closer. But who knows at this point, because it's Tez. Anyways, so with that being said, finally we go down to the predictions. We've actually got them semi-updated.
Yeah.
Because Tepig doesn't want to show off his rest. So weeks 5 and 6 were pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Yeah, they were.
Not as bad as your week 2, but they were pretty bad.
God, my week 2 was shitty.
Yeah.
My week 4 was freaking amazing.
It was the only one you won, but yeah.
No, didn't. Oh no, you got these greens here. Never mind.
I think greens are the only reason that I'm doing so well. Pretty sure. Might not be, but who knows. So anyways, with week 7 now semi in the books, I am to a commanding lead of 47 points to 32 points. That might.
I also think that it's very likely that I win
Week 7?
Yeah, yeah.
No.
It's likely I week 7.
Unless I somehow win 2-0. And he somehow doesn't win. Pretty sure.
So.
Because that crosses.
Yeah, I'm still up 7 to.
I don't think it's
5.
Is it 7 to 5? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm up 7 to 5 right now.
Well, then I guess we pray that Tepig doesn't lose.
So the least and everything, if you get this one completely right, that's 2 points for you. That's 7 to 7. Therefore, I think the best we can do is tie this week.
It's a win-win for me. I mean, I don't know why Afonso choked, and I don't know why I betted for Afonso, because Afonso just chokes and chokes and chokes
Yeah.
and chokes and chokes and chokes, but you know how it is. He just chokes. Anyways, so and I don't know why I went for melodic, but is what it is. So
Only reason why I didn't go for melodic was because of the fact I saw how badly me, and usually after following a astounding win, he tends to fall back a little bit.
but beating you isn't astounding.
The way he did it was.
If you say so.
Remember?
Nope, I don't remember actually.
Okay, good.
But I'll rewatch the battles so that way I can. Anyways, so week 8 predictions are actually pretty different. Well,
Oh, I
okay.
need to do my lock. Hold on.
Yeah, please.
I don't know.
Okay. So you just have no clue. Oh, okay. That's kind of bold. That's kind of bold.
I'm gonna do that.
Anyways, so for our week 8 predictions, starting it off, I have Afonso 2-0 over Red King. I still don't know why I pick Afonso. He's gonna throw, or he's gonna
I have Red
choke.
King 2-0.
It's probably because he's gonna choke. He always chokes. Gil versus Nick. I have Gil 2-0.
I have Gil 1-0, and I actually want to talk about this one here because it'd be a matchup. Both teams have started playing well as of recent, both Nick and Gil.
It's because
However, I feel like Gil has played a little bit more consistent when he was losing his games compared to Nick. And
well, he got
I
hacks
think
half
that'll
of the
give
times
him
when he lost his
some
battles.
advantages as well.
Like
So
you hacked him hard. Side guy hacks him hard.
No, I didn't hack him really hard.
You cursed upon him missing 3 seed flares.
I did no such thing.
You did every such thing. You threw.
I still had that game won, even if he did not miss those at that point.
I called malarkey.
I still had that game won.
You threw pocket sand in the man's eyes. In poor, pretty little Shaman's eyes.
I will absolutely be the first one to admit that the differential would not have been as high had he not missed those. But I'm pretty sure I had that game won.
No. Probably not. I'll have to rewatch that battle. Okay, so next up we have Leafy is trash versus me, and Leafy is
Leafy's replacement.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm finding a replacement. I have to find him a replacement.
Why do you have to find him a replacement?
Because it's not fair for people to continue to just get forfeits.
I mean, let's be honest here. I don't think Leafy won a single game this season before leaving.
No.
So basically, I'm
finding a replacement.
Yeah, so that way I can lose, and that way Asha gets away free. Okay.
If I can't find somebody before Sunday, then I'm not having a battle with you, but
I'm just saying that
by the end of the day Sunday, if I still don't have anybody, then you're likely to get the forfeit.
That's not even what I'm saying. That's what you're saying. What I'm saying is that if no one has beat him, or no one,
what you're trying to say,
or no one has
beaten him, why not everybody just beat him?
It's simple. I'm pretty sure, if I'm correct, the differentials have been pretty good, if not better. Let me see. 5-0 Tez. 3-0, you. 4-0, Saigai. 3-0 forfeit, Trainer. 3-0 forfeit, Dante.
3-0 forfeit, 3-0 forfeit.
Exactly.
I'm
So,
finding a replacement, Nico. I know what you're trying to say, but I'm trying to find a replacement.
good luck with that. Anyways, next up we have Avon versus Asha. I've got Avon 3-0.
I think Asha might surprise some people here, assuming he actually plays. So, and I'm gonna be getting these matchups here out on the announcements here as soon as we're done with the podcast here.
Okay.
So,
Next up I have Tash 1-0 over Bryn.
I have a 3-0 for Tash. I think Tash. This is a kind of match that Tash I think would do well with, and everything. Tash, like I said, more of a wait and see, wait for a mistake. I'm not saying that Bryn's bad or anything. He does tend to make a couple mistakes in his battles.
That's highly debatable, but okay.
But he's able to bounce back from them, which is why he's a really good battler. However, Tash is lethal when it comes to stuff like that, and Bryn's gonna have a hard time if he does make a mistake. Tash will pounce on it and will destroy him with it. Um, so, uh, and that's why you see his battles go so long, is because he has his planned out. So where he waits for you to make a mistake, he pounces, he wins, or he takes the long approach where you're not making a mistake, and then you're able to, depending on your team, you potentially outstall him. I think Tash has the upper hand in this.
It's a possibility. Next up is your game of the week, or your lock of the week.
Lock of the week.
I've got
I
Tez.
remember back in week 1 and everything when it was just supposed to be game of the week, when we were just trying to say who we think is going to have the best game, like what's going to be the best game.
Yep, and then you ruined it.
Fucking bullshit.
Because
that was your dumb idea that started doing all that stuff and everything, because then you saying, "Oh, this one's like the lock of the week, so we're gonna give double points for it," and that's when I said, "No, if we're doing it like that, then we're gonna do it this way."
you know, you yell too much. You really do.
Thank you.
Sometimes it's enough. Tez versus Tepig 3-0.
4-0. Tez.
Sorry, but Tepig just no.
I wouldn't.
My lock of
I know
the week.
it's my lock and everything, but if you want to surprise some people, Tepig, and maybe try to get yourself back into a race ish, maybe. You can start obviously by beating me this week, which I don't have a good record versus you, anyways. But you wanna do something like that. You come out next week too, and you beat Tez and everything. You can get yourself back into the thick of things for playoffs.
Yeah, nothing else to say.
So,
My lock of the week. Flygon versus Gala. Flygon 3-0. It's pretty much simple.
I have Flygon winning 3-0.
Saigai versus Kip. Unless Kip gets taxed out, Kip will do good and he'll win 2-0.
I agree with the same thing. I had trouble with this one. Originally, I wanted to say Saigai, and then I went to Kip, and I actually went back to Saigai. Simply because of the fact that I keep thinking to myself, Kip is 7-0. He has to lose eventually, right? But I look at the team matchup and everything, and I can't pick against it. Kip is using that team so well right now. As much as I want to pick Saigai simply because of the fact Kip is going to lose eventually, and if he's going to do it, he's had multiple games versus Sagai where he's played him well and everything, and in the end, it's a really close matchup, and it could potentially swing in Sagai's favor, which is also why I have a low differential here. But I can't bring myself to do it. Kip's team just looks so good. I couldn't do it this time.
Interesting way of looking at things. But
Well, I also take into effect the fact that I've seen their battles not only in this league, but I'm in another league with them as well, where I've seen 5 seasons of battles between the two of them. I know how the two of them usually match up and pair up against each other as well, so I kind of take that into consideration with this one. Which is why I kind of wanted to pick Sagai, but I went with Kip because I think he has he has the better team.
okay. Next up is Tide versus Trainer.
The counter doesn't go up this time.
I've got no say in it. I really don't. So
I think Trainer will go ahead and I think he'll work here and everything. I think Tide will show some stuff here as well. But I think that Trainer will be able to snag a few kills here and there. But I think Tide will be able to eventually get something set up. However, if he's not able to get something set up and everything, Trainer's style of play will make for, I think, a little bit of an interesting battle. So I think it depends how Tide plays defensively versus his team.
yep, couldn't say it better myself, really. And then finally we have Dante versus Melodic. And I mean this is gonna be a good battle. So
I really hope this is what I think it's gonna be. Oh, because like if I had like an "it's a trap" button or something like that, I would put it here. Because if you look at this where it is right now and everything, Milotic should win. And I want to put like a massive "it's a trap" thing all over this battle because I feel like Dante could win it. And that's why I also wanted to pick Dante here, but I picked Milotic simply because of the fact that he lost last week pretty bad. And I think he's going to come out with some good sets. He needs to get himself back into playoff race where he needs to be at 4-3 right now. He is starting to drop off. He needs to take this one very seriously if he wants to get closer to first or second in the division to make sure he guarantees himself a decent playoff spot. But I seriously do think that this is going to be a really close game because I think Dante will come prepared for whatever Milotic wants to try and throw at him. Because Dante's in a bit of a pickle right now himself and everything. He needs to get a win this week. Both of them do. They need to get a win this week. So.
Yeah, that's.
So.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So, like I said, we have our lock of the week. I think the best match of the week is obviously Saigai and Kip. I don't think there's another battle that could potentially rival this one. At least matchup wise on paper, as we can see it from now. I think that one will be like the star battle of the week. Then I also want to run through a couple of the battles where they're going to be important battles here. Nick and Gil is going to have a very important battle here. Both teams need to win really bad. Not as much of Bryn and Tash, but it's starting to get there because Bryn just dropped, after going 5-0, dropped 2 games in a row and needs to get himself a win again. Tash at 4-3, if he wants to keep himself on top in the division, needs a win. not as much as big as Nick and Gil and Melodic and Dante right now, but has that potential for that as well. Um, and then kind of in the same category as Brendan Tash, I think is myself and Flygon as well. I really desperately need a win, um, especially because I don't know what's going to happen with me versus Tepig. And Flygon needs to win this as well and everything, because if he wants to get in the top two of his division to secure a decent playoff spot, both of the other two teams are. He's 5-2, but the other two teams are 7-0. So not only are they going to have to drop some games, Flygon's going to need to just continue pounding out these W's. So, and honestly, Alfonso and Red King you could even throw into that category. What's his face? Bryn dropping 2 games. Red King is 3-3 right now. So if he's able to defeat you and he's also able to take a victory versus Afonso, that puts him at 5-3. And if Bryn falters versus Tash, that puts Red King at the same record as Bryn and puts himself cleanly into the playoff race. So, and then Afonso needs this win because he's 2-5, and in order to stay alive in his playoff race in general, needs to start winning some games and not just one and drop another one. He needs to he needs to start getting a streak going.
Yeah. So with that being said, that is all for the Flaming Snake podcast. Next week we're gonna go over the week 8 review and the week 9 preview, along with
week 7 and 8 MVPs. We'll probably just touch on the week 7, and then see what's changed from there to week 8, and just go over week 8s.
Yep. So, with that being said, thank you guys all for watching. If you enjoyed, please hit that like button down below. Comment what you think about the current matchups or just anything in general. If you want to chat. It's all good. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, please subscribe down below for more. And
I think he really wants you to subscribe.
And as always, peace out, Mikuins.
Bye.